Welcome everybody to yet another one of our little chats. We've got young Chris here from Melbourne. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Nigel. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm actually in the very, very warm and humid Bangkok in Thailand at the moment. Yeah, it's much nicer than the cold in Perth, I can tell you.
Does it really get cold in Perth, Nige? Seriously?
Um, it gets down to single digits, yes, and that's cold.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Sounds fun. Excellent. So, what have you got in store for us tonight, mate?
Well, look, there's a few, obviously I've been looking at EVs in Thailand, and there's masses of them here. But I mean, last week, just after we had our little chinwag, Tesla released their figures,
Mm-hmm.
which were a lot better than people had imagined.
Hmm.
Do you want me to bring them up?
Yeah, you can do that. We're experimenting here, folks, and I've got something already showing on one display. I could definitely do it for you too, Nigel, because I'm doing two things here. Two things. Here we go.
Two things.
I'm doing
Well,
two
look, let
things.
me just see if I can.
There we go.
Oh, you. Oh,
Yep.
you've brought it up,
Yeah,
have you?
yeah, yeah,
Fine.
and probably a
So,
good idea actually. So let's stick with this, shall we?
yes, we're still trying to work this out and get it sorted. We've been trialing a few different ways of recording this, so yeah, just bear with us. 1 year we'll get it perfect, I'm sure. So yeah, that was 443,956 deliveries, which was about 20,000 more than what was expected. So that was actually a very good result. Not only that, but it also bumped my Tesla shares up very nicely. And of course, they've kept going up.
Nice.
Um, so they hit 260 American dollars, and they're only about 160 a few months ago. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was very nice. So yeah, the production was 410, and they sold 444,000, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
So they were getting rid of some of the inventory, um, yeah, their sales are just going stronger and stronger. And
Yeah.
very soon, the Cybertruck will be going silly in America. Won't
So
be silly here.
what do you mean by silly? What does that mean, Nige?
Lots. I mean, they're making about 1,000 a week now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll get that up because they've got hundreds of thousands of back orders to get through.
Hmm. Excellent. Well, it's a good sign for Tesla, but I think over in Thailand isn't BYD the biggest car seller over there?
Here, well, Toyota is the biggest car seller,
Hmm.
but BYD is way, way ahead in the electric vehicle sales.
Okay.
I have been here only since Sunday morning,
Hmm.
and this is now Tuesday night, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I have seen a humongous number of BYDs, Dolphins, Seals, Atto 3s.
Uh-huh.
They are just everywhere. We've got a little 1K walk down to the train station, the BTS here,
Yeah.
and it's a little alleyway.
Yeah.
And there are dolphins driving up and down and seals. I'm just going, what's going on? There are a few MG4s, and there's even MG ZS
Uh-huh.
Aeon, or however you pronounce it, Aeon Y Plus. I've seen a couple of those. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
They
Awesome.
have gone and taken to EVs. I was speaking to one taxi driver, and the taxi we got from the airport when I arrived,
Mhm.
it was a BYD E6.
Oh, very nice.
And I was talking to him, and I don't speak Thai, and he didn't really speak much English, but I got the gist because I had my son's fiance who's a Thai girl, and she was sort of translating that. He says EVs, big business here, much good. So yeah, it was very nice to see.
Yeah.
More than what I see around Perth. I've seen a couple of Model Ys,
Yeah.
but they're not all that sort of popular here.
Yeah.
And that is because The long range Model Y here is 80,000 Australian dollars.
Right.
I'm translating from Thai baht to Australian dollars.
Yeah.
It was about $1 million baht, which is $80,000.
Yeah. Well, I started sharing here, by the way, this screen that you brought this article. Oh no, was it me or you? No, it was me. And this is around electric vehicle sales in Australia.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of bad press lately from some real bad actors.
I just got a message from a friend
Yeah.
saying EV sales are slowing down. You're useless. You're an idiot for buying an EV. And I'm going, oh, whatever. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, no, it's annoying, isn't it? And this story here by Brodie Schmidt, who's written for the NRMA. I say that too quickly and muddle it up.
Yeah, right, isn't she, girl?
Yeah, she's great, isn't she? So she delves into it and basically finds that actually year to date we're basically going the same point as we were last year, and this motoring organization who also does insurance and other products. Let's be realistic about this. They have brought into the fray that basically, look, there's this thing going on where people are feeling the pain of things going down in price, and that's devalued the secondhand car market for EVs. But the main takeaway from this story is that year on year we're actually up. And so this story around EV sales are behind is complete and utter fabrication. And I think you've got a really good story that goes with this. So what I'll do is I'm going to stop sharing that, and we'll go over to your story in a second. And so over to you, Nigel, for a sec. You can just talk to that whilst I get the next bit ready.
Ah, right. Well, was that the comparison of hybrids to EV?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. So if I just share this came about from a comment that I received on our last week's video to say, plug-in hybrids going great guns.
Yep.
You need to do a story about that. And I know I looked it up. The plug-in hybrids are not outselling EVs really at all. They aren't as popular.
Yes.
As the EV. I don't know what the exact ratio is. Isn't it 10-1 or something?
Well, compared to plug-in hybrids.
Yeah, EVs to plug-in hybrids.
Yeah, well, in this story from the Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries, the FCAI, they note that only 8,223 have been sold so far this year, which is, a staggering 129% up. But when compared to electric vehicles for the same period, they've grown by 50,905, which is, again, getting us towards where we were last year. Hello.
Yeah, so that's 6 or 7 times the number.
Yes. So, I don't understand where this story is coming from around how electric vehicles are failing in their sales, because they're not. Yes.
No. And the other thing is I've got, I saw a comment in one of the Facebook pages that I'm on, and it was going on, I'm thinking I might get a plug-in hybrid because I'm not too sure about the distance. And I just put on a post, forget a plug-in hybrid, forget I should just go full EV. I had a plug-in hybrid 6-7 years ago for a year or so. And the only reason I got that 6-7 years ago was there were no Model 3 or Y was available. And there were very, very few EVs. But as soon as the Model 3 became available, I jumped in and got rid of the plug-in hybrid. And it was the best thing I ever did. So I can understand people thinking, get the hybrid because then if I'm desperate, I can put petrol in.
I know, it's annoying, isn't it?
I can understand the feeling, but, I've got a saying, the best way to overcome range anxiety is buy an EV and go for a drive.
Yes, exactly. Definitely.
Because there's no such thing really. I mean, there used to be.
Yeah.
go back 5 years when I've got my first Model 3,
Yeah.
to get somewhere, I really had to plan it. Now, I don't really have to plan it.
Yeah. I know, right? And it's not that hard. Range is not an issue. And actually, I want to talk to that for a brief sec because for some reason, let me just do that and do that. For some reason, this surfaced on my news feed, either on Facebook or on Twitter, and it got me going. And it's around those electrified roads, and I it drives me mental. So let me just
Putting in these panels in the road to charge your EV as you drive along.
yeah, that's the one. That's the one. So
What a waste of money.
yeah, right, exactly. So here's the thing in question, and the world's first permanent electrified road to charge EVs whilst driving opens in Sweden. Great English. I think it's actually an old story, isn't it? I'm very certain that there was
I
a small section that
think
opened up a few years ago somewhere else.
it was only a small section.
Yes.
Now, to me, the best application of this is for buses at bus stops, taxis at taxi ranks,
Yes, where they're stopped.
where they're
Because
stopped, sitting, waiting for the fares.
yeah, exactly. Because the energy required to actually propel a vehicle along is greater than what it can get through that wireless charging system. So it's a lose-lose. You're
It
wasting
might add a bit of range because you're not using so much, but
barely. It's not worth it. The cost to
just put
build the
in a few
road.
charges.
Yeah,
Just put in a few charges. It's not
yeah.
going to
Just
cost anywhere near that.
the cost to everybody is just ridiculous. Roads are already expensive, so why bother doing, that? That's my question. Why bother?
Yes.
It's a waste of money. Absolute waste of money.
I am in total accordance with you there, Chris. I think that is a complete waste of money. As I
Yes.
said, bus stops for electric buses, maybe taxi ranks for taxis,
Yeah.
probably okay. But maybe in my garage, if somebody wants to do an experiment,
Yes.
I'm willing to volunteer.
Yes.
Although my Tesla won't charge like that at the moment.
No. All right. Cool. Now the next one I think this looks really interesting, and that is this Xpeng. What is this car? I've got this guy on my screen, and it's called the Ridara. So let me just
Yes.
share that with
That's a
you.
radar ute or pickup truck.
You say radar, I say later.
This is quite an amazing little car. Well, not little, it's a ute, and it's fully electric,
Yeah.
and it is coming in right-hand drive. And this is from a Geely company,
All
or
right.
Geely, or however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be coming in right-hand drive, which means it's possibly going to come to Australia.
Awesome.
And I think that this doesn't look too bad. I don't know if we've got any prices on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just have a quick look at my.
Yep. I thought they're doing Tai Chi.
Yeah. So I think that it's going to be a really good option. I don't think it's going to be, like the LDV ET60, which is ridiculously expensive.
Yep.
And doesn't have a huge battery in it. And then BYD are bringing out their plug-in hybrid ute.
Mm-hmm.
But this one looks good. It's got plugs in the back tray for taking power off, plugs in the cabin, I think, for taking power off. Yeah, it's coming to Thailand, and here in Thailand they drive on the same side of the road as we do in Australia. And there's a lot of bloody big pickup trucks or utes here, a lot.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's disappointing. I
I
can't
know,
stand large vehicles. I really can't.
So yeah, I don't know why they're so popular, but they are.
Yeah.
And I think that this one is electric and it's
Yes.
coming here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I haven't found any dates as to when it's actually coming, but it's actually coming to Thailand. Right-hand drive, so just take it a few more miles over to Australia.
Yeah.
I
Well,
reckon that'll be
it's got the looks of what Aussies like. The cab
nice.
ute. Yeah.
Yeah, dual cab ute.
Yep.
And I think it'll tow 2.5 tons.
What?
And you can have 700 or 750 kilos in the tray.
Wow. So we're not going to ruin the weekend, and you can actually pick up some stuff from Bunnings other than a chair.
Whilst towing your caravan.
Yes, weekend definitely
Yes.
ruined.
Oh, totally. Or you could tow your boat and ruin your weekend that way. I mean, I quite like the look of this. It's the Geely aren't too bad.
Hmm. Very good.
So that's, as I said, I found that before I got to Thailand, but I thought that was quite an interesting story. That electric, pure electric, not this half-hearted plug-in hybrid electric.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Cool. Now, talk about something good. And look, again, the media's got me all riled up, Nige, and that is this. Tesla won't free up its batteries, leaving owners unable to reap its full benefits. Let me just go back to me for a quick heartbeat. What a load of absolute... No, I'm going to say it, Nige. I've got to say it. It's a load of bullshit. It's a load of bullshit.
Yeah, well, it is. It's bullshit, yeah.
And who were these experts? Let me go back to the slide to share my displeasure with this article, because they're saying that experts warn that Tesla batteries sold in Australia have a key function which could allow users to sell power back to the grid. Disabled. Absolute garbage. I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed. And
Well, how have they come to this conclusion?
I know, right? It's super annoying. I'm just going to send you this via the chat so I can keep you on screen at the same time, mate. Let me do this. Talk amongst yourself for a second, folks. And
People that have got power walls installed in their house over here in WA,
Yeah.
and they can send things back to the grid.
Yep. And
I'm just bringing this up. This is from the Guardian.
yes, and
Supposedly a reasonable
yes.
publication.
Yeah, supposedly. And I'm going to save everyone the issue of having to click on it and try to read it, because it says nothing. And it says absolutely nothing, okay? And the key point to know is this, is that in Australia, through HomeKit, you can completely control your Tesla Powerwall if you want to. That is to say, you have absolute manual control over it. Regardless of the fact, through the app, you can control it as well. You can go through Amber. That's probably one of the better known retailers out there who ask you for your AP key. So again, this is you giving manual control to somebody else. So Amber can control it manually. And what we're talking about here is being able to sell to the grid, which this story says we can't do, which is news to me because I do it. I do it.
Yes, you do.
Oh my God. It is ridiculous. It is absolute. And yeah.
Take the Valium. Calm down.
Oh, I can't help it.
Or have a gin and tonic or a beer.
Yes, G&T would be lovely.
You did say I had to have a beer, and I have had a couple of beers since I've been here because it is so hot and humid.
Yes.
You need that fluid replenishment.
Yes, but it's a perfect country for it, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the temperature today was 33 degrees centigrade, and the humidity felt like 110%.
Jeez.
I get off the train, which is really cold,
Yeah.
step onto the platform, and I can't see a thing because the glasses just steam over. Instant.
That does not sound like fun to me. That does not sound like fun to me. All right, the next one I've got for you is this little great story, which I think was actually in The Guardian, so we'll give them a free kick today, eh? And it's a story about how the electric vehicles can charge to the rescue in blackouts. And it's referring in particular where there was a small study site where you got some Nissan Leafs who actually have vehicle to grid capability. So there's this how say the car is plugged in. Yep, through the CHAdeMO, through a special adapter, which then can actually on demand be sent out to the grid. And what happened was, you may remember this big blackout earlier this year. I think it was February. Yeah, there it is, February. And some homes in Australia lost power, right? And so instantly in seconds, 16 EVs located 520 kilometers away were asked to provide power to the grid, and they did. Now, could you imagine the situation where Australia's got, I don't know, 80% electric vehicle ownership, and most of those vehicles can actually do vehicle to grid? It would transform the world. It would just transform the world, and it's once again demonstrates the EVs are just they're more than a car. They're more than a car.
Yeah. I mean, I've always maintained the people are saying, oh, to get renewables, we've got to have solar and when the sun doesn't shine and the wind won't blow,
Yep.
we need battery backup. Well, just everybody get an EV and plug it in.
Exactly.
I mean, I've got battery backup at my house, and I've got a Tesla, and I plug it in, and I can't get diddly squat out of it, unfortunately. I think that's one thing that Tesla really needs to do a bit better. I know the Cybertruck can do it, but yeah, I think that you don't need to install gigawatts of battery backup. Just get everybody to plug their EV in at home.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah, exactly.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Yes. And look, obviously, for those who are actually a bit savvy around, power and electricity and all that sort of stuff and energy, and I say those things on purpose, by the way, is that in the story it does note that this potential little microgrid is only 107 kilowatts of power. So, your solar PV system at home. I just said that twice. That's like saying ATM machine.
Yes.
Anyway, so 107 kilowatts is basically, let's say, 10, 15 typical solar installations in most people's homes. So it's very, as I say, negligible, if I can say that word correctly. But nonetheless, when you scale, it will absolutely change everyone's opinions on EVs. And I do know that there are some people who actually they live out in the country and they already are off the grid, and they want an electric vehicle that does vehicle to load as a minimum, or vehicle to home preferably, or even vehicle to grid. And again, an electric vehicle is just more than the wheels that it sits on.
You get an EV that's got a 60 or 80 kilowatt hour battery that could power your home for 3 days, easy.
Yep. Oh, definitely. Right.
20 kilowatt hours a day, give or take.
Yeah. Look, we used to be very good with our energy use, and in the shoulder seasons like autumn and spring in Melbourne for 6 months of the year, we only use about 15 kilowatt hours per day. So we could even drop that more and turn some things off we don't need. And I reckon we could do 10. So we could go 5 or 6 days if we really, really tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. It's a good news story. That's a good news story. Well, that's it from me. Yes. I don't have any more today.
Well, no, I mean, I've already had a couple in there.
Drinks you're talking about, or stories? I forget.
Yes.
All right. Well, can I do a shameless promotion? I'm going to do a shameless promotion. All right. So first up, yes. I'm shooting at the moment on the Pocket 3, which is very exciting. That's what's following me. Yes. It's very exciting, and I've ordered some filters, for it, so that I can get the lovely, motion blur that we all aspire for. And I got this on special from Amazon for $80, and it's a newer ND filter kit with a circularizing polar filter and some sort of mist filter. Yes, so I am very excited about that. Yes, it's gonna.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right. So yes.
So you've got the DJI
Osmo Pocket 3.
Pocket 3.
Yes. Sorry, you're a bit skewy on the screen there. That was my fault. And anyway, so that's very exciting. And the other one is, at the moment, I've got a video on my channel about the what do you call it? I've got my name and address on here, so I've got to be careful how I do that. It's the sunshade.
Yes, mate.
Yeah,
I've just done
Ultrafold.
One from Halo BLK. They sent me one.
Yeah.
And I just did a review of that. And also they sent me the windscreen umbrella. So you just put it up like an umbrella. It opens up into the windscreen.
Yeah.
A bit of Velcro around the rear view mirror,
Yeah.
and it stays there.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
good.
Don't really need it this time of
No,
year.
we don't. We don't. And
That in summer is going to be good.
And rightly so. Someone commented on my video. It's like, oh, I'm disappointed it wasn't a review, Chris. And it's like, it's summer. I mean, excuse me, it's winter, mate. It's winter. I'll do a review another time. But yeah, I've reviewed others, and they do the job. They do the job. Anyway, you can win this. You can win it. Yeah. So I'll send you a link, Nigel, if you wouldn't do me a favour.
I'll try and remember to put. I mean, my age, memory, but I'll try and remember to put a link down below.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that if people want to win something from Chris, go on there.
There you go. Fantastic. And so the thing to remember, and what I might do, I might just hijack my little name here. Let's do that, shall we? Yes. Which one am I doing? I'm doing side by side. I need to choose. I'm learning here, folks. Just persist with me. Persist.
We're actually recording this slightly differently to the last couple.
Yeah, exactly. This is a challenge for me. So what was the code again, Chris? It was mag shade winner. I think that's the code you should use on the link I'm going to give Nigel. So follow that so that you can actually potentially win it for free. You have to live in Australia. That's the only condition I ask. You have to live in Australia, okay? And I'll post it out to you myself. Anyway, so that's that.
Good
so yes,
stuff.
Yeah. Look at that. I'm now the Mag Shade winner. You can't see that, Nigel, but I changed the little title underneath me.
Oh,
yes.
Well done.
I know.
I can't. No.
You can't see that. You can't see that. Anyway, all right. Well, cool. All right. What production-wise are you up to, Nige?
What production?
Yeah, are you just having a lovely holiday?
Well, yes and no. I mean, yes, it's a brilliant holiday, but I'm actually also, would you believe, in the shop, I've been in a few shopping centres, and because my son said, I want to take you to the shopping centre because on the 4th or 5th floor, they've got car dealerships. And he goes, and there's one there I've never heard of. I want your opinion. So we found out it was Aeon, which is a Chinese, and they've got the Aeon Y Plus. So I've been taking a few videos, and I'm going to be putting them together. They're a bit shaky because they're handheld on my mobile phone.
Yeah.
So I've been stabilising them a bit.
Okay.
But I just wonder if I can pull up. Trouble is, I've got all these videos and I don't know which one's which.
Yeah, I'm finding one here. So here we go. I can share this.
Aeon Y Plus.
Yeah.
Now, the price here in Australian dollars is 40,000.
Okay. Looks like a small compact hatchback.
It's a medium SUV, small SUV.
Yeah.
And
what sort of
do you know
range?
what I've seen? I've seen one or two driving around today.
Yeah.
And they're nice cars, and I've sat in them.
Yeah.
And taken the video inside. And you know what? Very, very nice. For $40,000, I mean, that is well below an Atto 3's price.
Yep.
It's Aura 303 or Aura Cat, Dolphin, and MG4 type price.
Oh, okay.
But it's a bigger car than that. So I don't know what the safety features are, whether they got to spend another 10 grand to get up to Australian safety standards.
Yeah, well, what about the battery, you know?
It's got, 60 or 64 kilowatt hour battery in.
Wow, that's a great price then.
And will do, the 400 kilometer range type of thing.
All right.
I think it's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
So there's also, as I said, I was walking around 2 shopping centres, 4th and 5th floor. They've got all these dealerships. Yeah, okay, there was some Aston Martin DB9. There was Bentayga from Bentley and Rolls Royce and so on. But apart from those, Zeekr had a showroom. So they've got the 009, which is their MPV.
Yeah.
With the revolving seats in the back and comfort business class seats.
Oh yeah.
That's the equivalent of $100,000.
Wow.
Now in Australia, it's going to be about $120,000.
Yeah.
And the Zika X,
Mm.
which is once again, it's an Aeon type size, small, compact, medium compact type vehicle.
Mm.
Equivalent $58,000.
Mm.
Now, Xpeng or Xiaopeng have got,
Excuse you.
yeah.
Ah.
Now they've got a few EVs that are coming here in September, according to the sales rep.
Mm.
Now they've got a standard range Xpeng G6, I think it is.
Mm.
Very nice car. It's sort of almost a Model Y. Standard range 62,500, long range 71,000.
Wow.
And that's a very, very nice car. Now, when you compare here, the cost of a long range Model Y, it's $80,000, which is
Wow.
more expensive.
Jeez.
And you don't see very many Teslas on the road here. Tesla actually had a dealership type thing on the 5th floor in one of these shopping centres.
Yeah.
Now, BYD is the biggest single EV company here. And I have seen I don't go outside the condominium here without seeing a dolphin or a seal. And I can see why. The BYD seal is $55,000, $66,000 for the performance, which isn't too bad a price. And they've just opened up on the 3rd of July,
Yeah.
a factory out near Pattaya in a place called Rayong. And I'm actually going out there on Thursday, and I'm going to see if I can have a look at the factory. They're going to make up to 150,000.
Does your other half put up with you, or does she love this?
Oh, she loves me. I'm not sure she loves this stuff. She usually is going on about, oh, bloody cars, all right. And she wanders off and does shoe shopping.
Okay.
Well, I'm walking around the cars.
So you balance it. You balance it.
It's a balance,
All right.
yes.
Yeah. Good-o. Good-o. All right. Cool.
Yeah, there's, and all these cars
Yeah.
are coming to Thailand, like the Xpeng G6,
Yeah.
right-hand drive. So guess where they can go next?
Where? What? Australia?
Australia. Yeah,
Good second car.
it would be nice.
I like that.
Well, I think Zika have got plans to come into Australia.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether Xpeng's got any plans for it, but if they're making right-hand drive models for Thailand,
Yeah.
I'll just ship some over to Australia.
Why not? Why not? All right.
Why
Well, I've got a different sort of electric vehicle at the moment that I'm actually reviewing, and that is this. You can't see this, Nigel. Let me try and share that with you, mate. It's an electric bike, right? And I've got to ask. So, Nigel, when you can see this bike, let me know.
I can see that.
Yep, cool. Do you know your bike brands? Because I don't.
That bikes, they've got 2 wheels.
So good, so close. My gosh. There's you can actually see the brand of the bike a bit easier, albeit upside down with that label. It's got a motorized shifting gear system, so that's pretty awesome. And you'll see Bosch external battery extender there, as well as his own internal battery. It's got some sort of fancy seat, and it's got Bosch systems on it, and
That looks pretty neat.
it is very neat. And get this, and can you see there? You notice the fenestrated brake ring, like
The
you.
disc.
Yep, like what you see on a motorbike. It's got ABS because it's electric. It's got ABS on a. It's got ABS
Wow.
on an electric bike. I kid you not. Now,
Amazing.
this is a top of the. This is a very expensive bike, and if I'm I'm going to show up my ignorance here, and the bike lovers out there will be going, "Oh my God, Chris, you should know better." It's $15,000.
Yeah, well, if you want to go and get a good quality racing bike that you pedal rather than throttle,
Yeah.
they can be very expensive as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's my lot at the moment, and it's proving, it's immensely powerful. It just chews through hills. It's got like 5 different modes from. Hang on, I'm just got to change the what we're go back to you high. Where it's got 5 different modes up to turbo. And the turbo means you, as much as you put in, it gives back, but it gives back in spades. Absolute spades. I think it's like
Sounds
it's got a
nice.
70 kilowatt motor or something ridiculous, which is like getting out to
Well, I mean, in
motorbike territory.
Australia, with electric e-bikes,
Yeah,
you've got limits as to wattage. It can only have a 250-watt motor,
yeah.
and it can't go faster than 25 kilometers an hour, which
That,
is
that-
daft because any decent racer,
yeah,
when he's pedaling, can do 60 kilometers an hour. But he
exactly.
can do that,
Yeah,
but you can't, or he couldn't
yeah,
on an electric bike.
yeah,
It's daft.
yeah. In Victoria, we're limited to 25 k's per hour. So anyway,
Yeah,
so yeah, that's it. That's me for the week, mate. That's me.
yeah. Well, I mean, over here in Thailand, apart from cars,
Mm,
scooters, little Vespa type scooters are just massive
mm,
in numbers.
mm.
And a lot of them I've seen of electric, and some of them have got I think it's Gogoro. Just unlock, pull out your battery pack,
Yeah.
stick it in the thing at the side of the road, pull out another one, stick
Ah,
it
yeah.
in your bike. And
Yep. 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 I remember those.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're here as well. And I've
Yeah.
seen quite a few electric scooters.
Yeah. They're good. I like.
Yeah, no, look, I'm all for everything electric because, pollution with the traffic is just horrendous.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get electric.
Yeah. And that's the best thing about these sort of vehicles, like a electric bike, that is, is it gets you active. It actually decreases, congestion and so forth. And yeah, what's not to like? But $15,000, I could get myself a second-hand car. Just saying.
Yeah, $15,000 is a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll get that review probably out in a month because I've still got another
Yeah, I mean, you
three,
can
4
buy one of
days.
those Fonz scooters
Yeah.
for about 6, so you can get 2.5 of those.
There you go. And they go up to
You don't even have to pedal.
yeah, and I was going to say they go up to 80 k's per hour, right?
Oh no, you can get the top of the range to do 95 kilometers an hour.
Fantastic. Still not safe enough for a freeway, folks. Don't do it. I've been there. Seriously.
I don't know that you can take scooters on the freeway.
You can in Melbourne, Australia, but it has to be able to do the actual speed limit. And if you do, I think it's like 20 k's per hour less. It's yeah.
It's a ticket.
Yeah, yes, you could get a ticket.
That's the same in WA as well.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's Australian wide.
Yeah,
If the posted speed on a dual carriageway is 90 kilometres or more,
Yeah.
you have to be able to do no less than 20 k's under the speed limit.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, yeah, that's anyway, I'll get that story out probably in a month. In the meantime, I've got to get the Kia EV9 story out and the EX30 story out, and then that one.
Oh,
Yes.
EX30 Volvo.
Yeah.
Yes. That was here. I don't know what it is in Australia, but it's $75,000 here,
Yeah.
equivalent.
Yeah.
And I sat in that. You know what? It's not too bad.
Yeah. Nice seats. Good seats.
Yeah, nice seats, nice interior. It was bright yellow, the one they had here.
Yes.
But 75,000. You could get a Model Y a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah. No. Right. It's
Yeah.
a lot
Value for
cheaper.
money out
Yeah.
of the two, for 10 grand less, I'll take the Model Y anytime. It's bigger.
Yeah. I know. Right.
It'll go further.
Yeah.
It'll go faster.
Mm-hmm.
And you save $10,000-$12,000.
Yeah. Exactly. No. Yeah. I had that recently, and it was a nice car, great car, but it's hard to justify that price, So
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, Volvo will say, "Oh, we're a posh, high market car," but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen any Volvos on the road here, so they're
Mm.
either overpriced or just not popular here in Thailand.
Yep. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your dinner because it's dinner time for you now, isn't it?
Yes, we're going out for Dindid. The trouble is here, the food is so expensive.
What?
My son and his girlfriend and me and my wife went out for dinner last night,
Mm.
and we went to a place, Pier 21, I think it's called.
Yep.
It's a food court on the top floor of a shopping centre, and we had 5 dishes and 2 drinks, juices, and we spent $12.
I knew you had me. I was like, it's cheap over
Not
there.
joking. It was $12,
I
and then
yeah.
for another $2, we got dessert for all of us.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say you went to like the Park Hyatt or something like that, and the 7-star version.
Actually, this morning or yesterday morning,
Yeah.
we went to the Mandarin Oriental. There's a coffee shop because my son's fiance is actually the chef of that company,
Whoa.
and she makes pastry chef, and she makes all these cakes. So we went in and we had a coffee and a cake, and we spent
Mm-hmm.
the same on one cake as we spent the whole dinner the night before, the 4 of us.
Wow.
So we had 4 cakes and 4 coffees, and it cost us 5 or 6 times the money that we spent on dinner the night before.
Mate.
Yeah, mind you, I mean, it was one of these 5-star coffee shops, and the pastries were absolutely glorious.
Yeah. You're making me jealous.
I know.
I like that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we're going off for dinner with, there's another friend who's come out from Australia, so there's 6 of us going out for Dindins tonight.
Very good. Very good.
We're going to spend a lot of money, I'm sure.
Cool.
No.
Excellent.
Because where we're going, my son's fiance is the manager, so she gets a discount.
Okay. Cool. Very good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap it up, and thank you.
Goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you, Nigel.
Plagiarised the 2 Ronnies.
All right. See you, mate.
So before you all go, don't forget down below. There's the like and subscribe and the bell go ding 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 click, because it costs you nothing. And I'm sure if you're watching this on Chris's channel eventually, he'll enjoy that as well. So costs you nothing. Thank you very much. And see you again next week, Chris, when I'll still be in Thailand.
Nice. Cool. All right. Take care, Nigel.
Thanks. See you, Chris. Bye.
Bye.